Good morning. The NAHRO membership will elect a president and senior vice president next fall in October 2023. At this time, one associate is a candidate for president and one associate is a candidate for senior vice president. Before I introduce them, a few comments about the election. The Nomination and Election Committee, NNE, has oversight responsibility for the election process and will select nominees for the election ballot next July. Any allied individual member or associate may seek the office of NAHRO president or senior vice president and may announce their candidacy at any time from now until July of next year. Additional names will be placed on the election ballot if petitions requesting such action reach NAHRO by August 7th, 2023. Associates and allied individual members on record as of August 22nd will receive either an electronic or paper ballot. The election will be held in September, and the results will be announced at the NAHRO National Conference and Exhibition on October 6th in Orlando, Florida. NAHRO will provide many opportunities for voters to get to know the candidates, both in conference settings and features in the NAHRO Monitor, Direct News, and NAHRO's website. The first opportunity is now. 2 NAHRO associates have announced their candidacy, and each will have 4 minutes to present remarks. NNE committee member Clementine Elmore from Florence, South Carolina, is our timekeeper today. She will signal candidates throughout their remarks to ensure they do not exceed 4 minutes. Got that, kid? And now I am pleased to introduce the candidate for president. George Guy is the CEO, Executive Director of the Fort Wayne Housing Authority, and is a passionate servant leader in the affordable housing industry. He currently serves as NAHRO's Senior Vice President and has previously held several leadership roles within the organization, including President of the North Central Regional Council and President of the Indiana NAHRO. George?
Told you guys you're gonna get tired of seeing my big head. Good morning again. Oh, no. You guys just saw that wonderful presentation by for our fellows. Good morning. I have to be honest with you and tell you, some of you saw the presentation yesterday from our keynote, and he said small muscles. So we're using small muscles right now because we're a little bit behind schedule. And so what I'm going to do is yield most of my time to Mr. Gilbert, who's a friend of mine, okay? And that's what you'll come to learn about me if you don't know me by now. And I'll just say this simply. My campaign is running on 3 pillars: housing, equity, and community. You'll get a chance to get to know me in terms of what that's all about. I grew up in public housing. I consider myself a servant leader. My mother was a servant leader herself. As I've had over 25 years of working in these spaces. But what I want to say to you, and I'm going to close, and I'm just going to keep this very simple. Leadership is about the moment. I heard our past president, Renee Rooker, talk about these positions are not to build legacy for individuals. Leadership is about seeing the organization through the changes it needs through the future. And that captures why I believe that I am the leader for this moment, the partner, the servant leader for this moment. I'm just like you. But I am unselfish and selfless in terms of the things that I try to do, and I am passionate about what the work that we do every day. And I said we, because collectively, this is what this moment needs. Someone who understands about the importance of collaboration, someone who respects the agencies within our communities and that do it every day, somebody that understands the core of our mission. I believe I embody that. If I didn't, I wouldn't do it. Most of my peers would tell you that I am not, this is very hard for me to do because I don't like talking about myself. However, the moment demands it. So I look forward to getting to know you as I travel across our country And I do ask that you listen to my friend, Sean, who's running for Senior Vice President. And together, I think that this is going to be an awesome time for us. So I look forward to talking to you in the months to come. Thank you for sitting here and paying attention, and I look forward to engaging with you later on in the conference. Thank you.
Thank you, George. And now I would like to introduce the candidate for Senior Vice President. Sean Gilbert is the Executive Director of the Morristown Housing Authority, soon to be Tennessee Valley Housing Services. He has been a dedicated housing leader for 25 years. He serves on NAHRO's Board of Ethics and Credentialing Trustees and the Strategic Planning Advisory Committee. He is past president of Cirque NAHRO and a proud NAHRO Fellow. Sean Gilbert.
First, I'd like to thank Diane and Sylvie and the NNE committee. They have a hard job, they do it well, and they're underappreciated. So I would be remiss if I didn't say that. Second, hello, NAHRO family. And we are family. We were talking earlier about what their walk-up music would be. Mine would be Family Affair by Sly and the Family Stone. But it would have to be only the chorus because the lyrics veer off a little bit. So, they told me I had 4 minutes and then 3, but I'm from the South, and it's really hard for us Southerners just to say hello in 3 minutes, but we'll get it done. So for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Sean Gilbert. I'm the Executive Director of the Morristown, Tennessee Housing Authority. If you're in Knoxville or vacationing in Gatlinburg, just yell really loudly and I'll probably hear you. Prior to that, I ran all of the housing programs in Knoxville, Tennessee. And prior to that, I was in Pikeville, Kentucky as their executive director. I have over 27 years experience professionally, and I just not going to campaign today. I just want to let you know who I am. I grew up in a small coal mining town in a railroading family on the border of Kentucky and West Virginia. I grew up in a small town that was full of have-nots and disposable people. The haves lived in other areas. The coal mine owners and the railroad owners were in other areas, and we were left to fend for ourselves. And I wouldn't have changed a minute of that because that's where I learned the value of hard work, the value of family, the value of faith, the value of community, and the value of helping others that are struggling, because you never know, you may be the one that needs the help next. So people ask me, why am I doing this? And that's really the easiest question I get. The why is because I love what I do, and I love NAHRO, I love what we stand for, and I feel it's a privilege to work in the affordable housing industry. So I'm getting distracted by my 2 minutes. But anyway, I feel that NAHRO and the state agencies that I grew up with and the regional agencies have given more to me than I can ever give back, and I feel it's my duty to give back, and that's why I'm here. So whether it was in Kentucky where I started out and became state president, or Cirque where I worked my way up to be regional president, or here where I'm campaigning to be senior vice president, I feel it's just my duty, and that's what I think everyone, I look across this room and see the first attendees, you need to be thinking that way too, in my opinion. So really quickly, I told you I grew up in a railroad family. We're basing our theme of our campaign on STEAM. STEAM is power, STEAM is energy, STEAM is direction. So STEAM, S, we're going to use stewardship. We're going to value the finances, human, and capital technology. Transcending, we're going to be above the fray. We're going to promote diversity, equity, honesty, and integrity. Engagement, we're going to make sure you're heard, whether you're a NAHRO member, whether you're a resident, or whether you're one of our vendors. A, advocacy. NAHRO does a great job, but we're always kidding ourselves if we don't think we can do better. We're going to stand up for you, and if we have to have some good trouble, we'll have good trouble. Member development. We're going to take care of your training and professional needs. And now I'm going to cut it really quickly. I'm going to request that you get on our steam and join our team. I'm going to leave you with a quote from my favorite Kentuckian and athlete, Muhammad Ali. The service you do for others is the rent you pay for your rent here on, is what you pay for your rent here on earth. Sylvia's throwing me off. Quit holding those signs up. Once again, the service you do for others is the rent you pay for the room here on earth. Muhammad Ali. Thank you. I'll be out front here. If you want a cool pen, I got one for you.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, George. I'll leave you with this. If you want to help NAHRO during the next biennium, have a clear and compelling vision for NAHRO's future, and are willing to commit to harness the experience, skills, and energy of the NAHRO community to lead our association forward in the face of uncertainty, read more about the election on the Nominating and Election Committee's webpage on the NAHRO website, and let me know of your interest in serving NAHRO. Go enjoy your sessions, everyone. Thank you so much.